There's misinformation that people think that having an advisor solves all your problems, and that's not true. Advisors will never guarantee you anything. Just because you have one doesn't mean you're going to make it to the next level. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode where today we're going to talk about how advisors cannot guarantee you a spot at the next level, and if they do, they're lying to you. So, to get started, when you're meeting with advisors, and yes, I say advisors plural because you should meet a few. You should sit down and talk to a few to see which one you think will fit your kid best. At the end of the day, it is their hockey future and not ours. We are all done playing. That's why we are now advisors or coaches or whatever it may be, just trying to stay involved in hockey. That being said, you should meet with a few, discuss with them, listen to their answers carefully, listen to what they're telling you, and see which one you trust the most. Because at the end of the day, both you and your child has to trust them, has to be willing to listen to them, and take their advice. So choose wisely. Now, getting into it, when you're meeting with somebody, when you're discussing with an advisor, listen to what they're saying. If they're guaranteeing you,
hey, yeah, if you work with me, I'm gonna get you to the BCHL,
but your kid is currently playing U16 AA, it doesn't make much sense. You need to correlate the two. You need to put them together. I know you think the world of your child. Every parent does, and that's great. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. But we need to be realistic too. As an advisor, my job is to open the door for your child. Now, if your son is playing U18 AAA and he's doing great, he's having a good season, he's not a superstar on the team, and I turn around and say,
yeah, I'm gonna get him on a USHL team, I'm gonna get him on a null team, on a BCHL team,
for sure, that is a lie. Let me emphasize that again. It is a lie. It is an ideal situation that we would all love for it to happen, but all I can do is call my connections, call the people I know that are coaching at that level.
Guys, I have a player I think you should look at him. Take a chance on him, go watch some tape, talk to me about him, ask me questions. He could be interesting for you.
Now, when I do that, a coach will then go look at some tape. They'll ask me a bunch of questions. We'll sit on the phone for 2-3 hours and talk, and they'll go watch game film. But if they go watch game film and he doesn't perform, it's done there. It's over. They're gonna watch one game. There is hundreds and hundreds of players that they need to look at to make sure they make the best selection. They're not gonna watch 10 games of each kid. They're gonna watch one. That being said, be realistic. Be realistic. Coach watches one game.
Hey, appreciate the info. He's not ready yet, maybe in a couple years.
Okay, but me as an advisor, I just lied to you and told you, hey, you're gonna play on the BCHL if you work with me. That's why it's not true. Because our job is to open the door and make sure there's eyes on him, make sure there's the right eyes on him, and they're looking for the right things. When I say looking for the right things, I'm on the phone with mom and dad.
Yeah, my son's a natural goal scorer. He's got 1 goal in 30 games. How is he a natural goal scorer? I'm telling you, he could score goals, just the coach not letting him play.
All right, let me go watch some tape. Can't hit the side of a barn if his life depended on it. When I talk to a BCHL coach or a USHL coach or that dream position that everybody thinks they're gonna play at because they think they're the best, I'm gonna tell them truth.
Yeah, look, kid's a good two-way player. He'll block shots, he'll clear the puck, he'll win the battles in the corner. Good PK guy.
I'm not gonna tell him what mom and dad's saying. Oh, he's a goal scorer. I'm not going to do that, because a good advisor knows his players. He watched tape on his players and is able to sell the player to the coach based with the facts. The more I tell the coach the truth, the more he'll trust me, respect me, and give my guys a shot. So it's the same relationship with mom and dad. If I am lying to you through the teeth just to give you what you want to hear so that you'll end up signing with us, you should be able to catch that. Look at your son at a critical angle. He's playing U18 AAA. He's not the best guy on his team. That's perfectly fine. Doesn't mean he can't play Junior A. But when I'm discussing with you, I'm gonna look at that, look at some tape, and I'll give you an assessment. Look, I think your son could play Junior A. Now, can I guarantee where? No. He'll probably have to do 5 or 6 camps this summer and earn his spot on the team. I can get him in spots where they're looking for forwards, they want young guys, they want somebody that fits his criteria, his assets of a hockey player, so that I give him the best opportunity at camp. He probably won't commit before the end of the season. If your kid's a superstar, on the other hand, hey, look, we can either do BCHL tryouts or get him committed in the OJHL. We can do NAHL tryouts or get him committed in the NCDC. That is a realistic assessment based on what I'm seeing. If I'm telling you this, it's because I've seen it. I myself, when I was playing, had an advisor that I met with that lied through his teeth to me. Lucky enough, I had mom and dad that understood hockey in a critical side and understood that I was never going to be a superstar hockey player. I was a good goalie. I was never going to be a superstar. So when they were lied to like that, they turned around and said, look,
You're not a good fit for us, and we moved on.
I was never the 6'4" goalie that was getting back-to-back shutouts. I was a consistently good goalie at every level I played, but I always had to work to get to that level. I could never be a shoo-in at that level. I had to work and try out and dominate tryouts to make that team. And as a mom and dad, that's part of your job, to protect your kid from those expectations. It's to protect your kid from getting to that tryout, and instead of thinking he should make this team and being extremely hurt by the fact that he didn't, understanding the realistic side of, you're going to try out with the best of the best. You may not make it, that's okay. Give it your all, and we'll have a fallback plan. Any good advisor that meets with a player should come up with a plan. So the way I break it up into 3 tiers. We have our tier A, our plan A. That's your dream situation. You tell me you want to play in the BCHL, you want to play in the 𝗙, and if I think that you could potentially make it out of camp, if you really do well, I'll reach for the stars. I will reach for the stars and I'll try to get you some opportunities that make sense. Plan B is the realistic one. You're more like an OJHL player, a CCHL player. Let's get those opportunities open to make sure you have a good spot to play that has good quality hockey, that has good exposure. You'll be happy and you'll get some ice time and some development. And plan C is if A and B don't work. Let's go play Junior B. Let's go play USP Premier. Let's go play EHL. Let's go play in the 𝗏𝗏, where they're good, strong hockey calibers, good coaching staffs. They still have some exposure, but more importantly, they're stepping stones to get to the next level, to get yourself to a league that has where you want to play. As an advisor, I can't do all the work for you. I do the back end work. I open the doors, I make the phone calls, I get you the tryouts, I set everything up. But when it comes down to it, it is your job to step on the ice and put in the work. It is your job to earn the opportunity to put on that jersey. It is your job to prove to the coach that everything I told him is true. As an advisor, I want to set expectations, and I would say not low expectations, middle tier expectations, so that when you get to camp, you blow them out of the water. If I walk in and say, yeah, he'll probably be one of your faster guys, he's a good PK guy, and then you show up there and you're +7, you're never getting scored on the ice, PK or 5-on-5, you're out skating everybody there, you're the strongest guy in off-ice testing. But in his notes he said, oh, he'll battle hard. I never thought he'd be the best guy at camp. You just earned your spot anywhere you want to play. There's misinformation that people think that having an advisor solves all your problems. You could be a bad hockey player, a bad teammate, a bad kid, and you have an advisor, so you'll play at the next level. And that's not true. Because as much as I talk you up, my reputation is much on the line as yours. So I will not lie to a coach to get you a spot, knowing that it'll affect me. As much as you cannot lie to a coach and get on the ice and prove him wrong, because he's going to let you go. It goes hand in hand. A good advisor knows a good player and will put him in a good situation. Won't lie to you, will be upfront about expectations, will be upfront about what you need to do to get to the next level, and will be upfront with good communication. My job isn't just to find you a new team. Part of it is mentoring. We've all played the game. We played at high levels. We made mistakes, big ones, and it's to pass on that information so you don't have to make them, so that you can move on from them and get to the next level. There's a communication aspect to it. If you're not texting me, letting me know how the week went, how practice went, how games went, or if something's bothering you on or off the ice, if you're not letting us know that you're not at 100% because you're sick, you're injured, you're not sure if you should go see a physio or get a scan, or how long you should take a break, or when you should come back from an injury. Yes, you have your coaching staff and your training staff for that, but if you're not sure and you want a second opinion, you're not discussing with your advisor, you're not open and honest about it, that doesn't help you. If I send you to a camp and I didn't know that the day before you played basketball and you got the ball in the face and you're seeing stars, I look dumb and you look dumb when you go to camp. You need to have open communication. You need to be willing to talk to your advisor, and you need to have an advisor that you know will respond to you and talk to you whenever you need and will call you whenever you need. That is the second biggest piece to picking the right advisor. And then the third one is when you talk to them, are they talking to you or are they just short? Yes, no, yes, no. Do they want to get to know you, right? Because part of my job is to sell you to a coach. Part of my job as an advisor is to make the coach want to look into you, want to give you a chance, and want you on the team. I need to know who you are as a person. I need to know that you're a great hockey player, but in the room, you're not a cancer. In the room, you're a good guy. You'll put in the extra work whether or not coach asks you to. If someone comes in, you'll take the steps.
Hey, nice to meet you. Welcome to the team.
You'll be a leader on and off the ice. You're not a liability academically, because some of the junior programs that have high exposures, they want people that are good students as well, so that when they talk to NCAA coaches and they're presenting them to you, it's not a, oh yeah, I have a 2.0 GPA. I have a 3.5. I will succeed both on and off the ice at your institution. Please give me the opportunity. I'd love to come visit. And my job as an advisor is to get to know you so that I can help put you in the best situation possible. I guess to wrap this all up, there's 3 things you should look at when you're meeting with an advisor. First, is he lying to me? Is he telling me the truth? Is he coming up with a plan that makes sense? Or is he just telling me what I want to hear? Second, does he talk to you? Does your advisor talk to you, want to get to know you, answer your messages? Third one, do you want to talk to him? Do you feel comfortable talking to your advisor and expressing yourself and reaching out to him, and not just having him on the back end, placing you and letting go? No advisor will ever guarantee you a spot. No good advisor, but they'll open the doors to give you the opportunity. And that's all you can ask for from an advisor is, give me an opportunity. Give me a chance to be seen, because where I'm playing right now, I don't have that opportunity. As always, please hit that subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We love answering your questions, giving you as much knowledge as possible. I wish I had more of this when I was playing, and now it's my turn to give back to you guys. Have a great day, everybody.